Freestyle Repertory Theater and Synergy Theater proudly present Right Away. It's a show, it's a jam, it's the best of both worlds. And now, your host for the evening, Laura Livingston.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Right Away. I'm Laura Livingston, the Artistic Director of Freestyle Repertory Theater here in New York City. Tonight's show, Right Away, is a co-production between Freestyle Rep and Synergy Theater in Walnut Creek, California. Two companies divided by a continent, but united in the belief that improvisation is an important theatrical art form. We started right away, way back during the dark days of the pandemic, and we've kept it going for this long time. We've all really enjoyed doing it and really appreciating seeing new faces. The show has evolved into a show about writing rough drafts, writing them spontaneously just for fun, and immediately reaching an audience with your words. Everything you write tonight, you have the option of letting an audience hear it right away. Here's how the show works. We have some playwrights here who will have 45 minutes to write a brand spanking new play based on suggestions from you folks in the audience. And while they're off writing, everyone here is invited to play some improv writing games with me. I think you'll want to use paper and pencil. I think that works best because that way you can still see what's happening on the screen while you're writing. And after each game, we'll hear as many of you read what you wrote as we can. I encourage you to volunteer without even considering if what you wrote is good. It's just fun to hear how many different directions everyone's writing goes. And then at the end of 45 minutes, the playwrights will return and present the world premiere of their brand new work. Now, for those of you who are participating live via Zoom, we have asked that you turn your camera and your microphone off for now. But in a few minutes, I'm going to ask you to, when we're doing the writing jam, turn it back on. I would love it if you would do that. This show is streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. So when your video's on, it's possible that more people will see you than are here right now. So if you're having a bad hair day, well, you know what? Even if you are, everybody looks great. I've seen you. You look great. You know, if you're up to some criminal activity, just mend your evil ways and turn your camera on. But if there's some reason you feel you can't, you can still participate with your camera off. Just let me know when you would like to read, and we'll make a radio show out of you. But it is great, everyone, if you turn your camera on, because that way we can support each other. We can see each other laughing, clapping, giving the thumbs up. And Fran, that's great. Fran just turned her camera on. That is exactly the way to do it. But Fran, if you turn it off for now, just for now, Taylor, Marilyn. Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. I would like to right now invite you to turn on that chat feature that's down on your bar down here, because that's how you're going to communicate with the playwrights to give them suggestions in just a few moments. And speaking of playwrights, let me introduce them to you. We have a member of my company, Freestyle Repertory Theater. Her play To Go or Not to Go is a winner at the Malvern Theatre Company's short playwriting competition in Australia, and it's set for production in early 2024. Please welcome to the screen, Laura Valpy. There you are, Valps.
Hello, there you are. I'm glad we coordinated our tops tonight.
Absolutely.
Good job. Yeah,
absolutely. Mine is only pretending to be black, though. It's a lie. So writing a play tonight, what's your strategy?
My strategy is to take inspiration from what I'm seeing. Like right now, I'm like loving your lighting. So I don't know. And I was seeing, I don't know, I love seeing everybody's face at the schmooze and mingle at the beginning, and the people are coming from different places. People are in different states. So I'm going to take inspiration from what I see.
I think you're going to find a lot of it here.
Or I won't. I mean, we'll see when it happens. I mean, I wanted to sound cool. I don't know.
All right. We'll see you in moments.
Okay.
Another playwright we have tonight is the co-producer of tonight's show, the artistic director of Synergy Theater, whose in-person improv show Adventure Serial is opening in February at the Lesher Center in Walnut Creek, California. He's also the author of the book, which I happen to have right here, How to Improvise a Full-Length Play, The Art of Spontaneous Theater. It's great for improv and also a great tutorial in playwriting. Please welcome Ken Adams. Ken, there you are, coming to us straight from the Lesher Center, I believe.
That's absolutely right. I never leave here.
That's the way. That's the only way to do theater these days, is work at it all the time.
That's exactly right.
What are you
I look forward to writing a play tonight.
What are you going to give a special effort tonight, speaking of writing?
Tonight, I'm going to be all about character.
Perfect. Great way to go. All right. Our third and final playwright is the co-director of Mopco Improv Theater up in Schenectady. She's the author of the book Training to Imagine: Improvisational Theater Techniques to Enhance Communication, Creativity, Leadership, and Learning. Please welcome Kat Coppett. There it is. There's the book.
Right. There's the book. What do you know? It just happened to be there.
I like it. It's an excellent cover. If you were to imagine what's going to happen in your play tonight, what the approach will be, what is it?
My approach is to not stop writing for 45 minutes.
Awesome. I think that is the very, very, very best thing to do. I'm going to invite the other playwrights to come back on screen. And folks in the audience, this is a moment when you need to have that chat feature turned on, because they're going to ask us for some suggestions. And even if you don't type any in yourself, which I hope you will for sure, you're going to want to read what other people type in for their suggestions. So to get yourself started there, Laura Valby, what would you like from our beautiful audience?
Well, I have jury duty today. And while, it's kind of a thing like, oh, I don't want to have to do jury duty, there's like part of me that's like, I kind of want to get picked so I can do my civic duty and, do the right thing, all that stuff. So my question for the audience is, what is something that you kind of want to do, but you also don't?
You kind of want to do, but also don't.
Yeah. Fly. Yep. Taxes. Yep. Go deep sea exploring. Sure. Bungee jumping. Whoa, these are coming in fast. Holy mackerel. Remove wallpaper. Hang glide. Oh gosh, these are great. I'm going to go with remove wallpaper. All right, thank you. Clean the bathroom. I know, exactly.
Lift
All
weight.
right, remove wallpaper. Thank you.
All right, Ken Adams, what would you like from our audience to jumpstart your play?
All right, since I'm focusing on character tonight, one of the things that they teach me that makes characters really interesting is if they continue to reveal more and more about them as the play goes on. So I want to get about 4 or 5 different things in someone's past that one of my characters will successively reveal about them as the play goes on. So things in a character's past. Just type those in now. Okay, they stole a teacher's apple. Good. Stole apple from teacher. I see they adopted a 5-year-old. Let's see. Abandoned their family. Okay, good. I'm just trying to write these down here, so forgive me for going a little slow.
I'll read them out to you. Used to be happy. Bigamy.
Okay. Used to be happy.
Big-
What, a coma for 3 weeks.
Did you get bigamy?
Bigamy. And I'll go with adopted a 5-year-old. So somehow that'll fit into the bigamy thing somehow. I'm not quite sure. Oh, the son of a drug lord. Okay, all right, that's it. Now I have to stop. So
They
stole an
played
apple from a
basketball at
teacher.
the national level. So.
I don't know. I don't know. All right, here are the ones I'm going with.
All right.
They stole an apple from a teacher. They're the son of a drug lord. They abandoned their family. They used to be happy. They've been in a coma for 3 weeks. They're a bigamist and they adopted a 5-year-old. All right, successively, and apparently rather quickly, one after the other. My character will deepen herself by revealing these things.
It writes itself. It writes itself.
Writes itself.
Oh my Lord.
All
I
right.
was,
Chad,
was-
come. What do you
Yeah.
need?
I was afraid maybe I was going to be asking for too much. Now I'm not worried about that anymore. Could I have 3 random objects and 3 emotions, please? You can put them in one at a time or give me groups. I don't, whatever. Scissors. Crayon. A ball of yarn, skepticism, anti-camera, misery, jewelry box, jealousy, loofah, perplexed. Okay. I have to choose, right? Okay. So I have scissors, crayon, and ball of yarn. I'll just take the first 3. And then I will take misery, skepticism, and perplexed.
All right. Oh man, so many great things here. So many great things. Wedding veil, dog book can opener, happy, sad, sexually
Oh
frustrated.
no. Oh no.
Nope, you got what you got.
Okay, I got what I got.
The theme of the jam today, I might as well mention, is plenty. We are living in a plethora, a plenty of ideas here. Way more than we need. So really quickly before we send you off, let's just zip around and remind everyone what you took out of all this cornucopia of ideas. Laura Valpy, what did you take?
I took removing wallpaper.
All right. Oh, that seems so simple.
I know, it's
Is that all you got to say?
not
right.
boring.
And Ken,
All right. Throughout the course of the play, one of my characters will reveal the following. They stole an apple from a teacher. They're the son of a drug lord. They abandoned their family. They used to be happy. They were in a coma for 3 weeks after a motorcycle accident. They are a bigamist, and they once adopted a 5-year-old.
all right. Okay. And Kat.
I have scissors, crayon, ball of yarn, misery, skepticism, and perplexity.
Man, it would take me 45 minutes to type all that.
That's right.
That's amazing. Well, what you got to do though in 45 minutes is write us a play. Going to send you off in just a nanosecond. Do keep your eye on your cell phones because we're going to be sending you texts. We're going to be sending you interruptions or what we like to call helpful suggestions. And remember, whatever you write will be right. All right, playwrights, right away. All right. And I think I froze there for a second. Pardon me. But now I would invite all the jam participants, our audience, to turn your cameras back on. And while they're turning their video off and getting their typing starting, their writing starting over there in the playwright pool, I just want to welcome everyone. Welcome to Right Away. If you haven't already, go ahead and grab that pencil and piece of paper. Great to see you all. Hello, hello. A quick reminder that we are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook, so don't do anything horrible on camera, but I trust you. I'm sure you won't. Here are some options in case you haven't done this before for how you can see us. If you can move your cursor to the upper right-hand corner of your screen, and when you hover it up there, you'll see that you can change the view. You can do gallery view or regular view. And you can experiment with that however you would like to see us. It doesn't affect what the rest of us see. So go ahead and get it arranged the way you would like it. And I think we're ready to start the jam. If you haven't done improv before, or even if you have, it's worth all of us reminding ourselves that it's all about being spontaneous. It's also about supporting each other's creativity. And if you've never done improv before, I've just told you the secret of it all. We boil it down to 2 rules. Always say yes. Always make your partner look good. And when we're writing, we tend to think of saying yes to your own first idea. All ideas are good at this point, so don't even bother critiquing yourself while you're writing tonight. And volunteer to read without even deciding if it's worth reading. And when others are reading, we ask you to keep your camera on so they can see a little bit of reaction. It also helps me know when you're writing and when you're finished writing. All right. Here we go. As I said, the theme today is plenty as we're heading in towards Thanksgiving. What I would like to start with is just a easy little warm up. I'm going to say a word. You write down its opposite. All right. That's all it is. Here we go. Ready? Platter. Frost. You don't get much time to think about this. Gizmo. Lace. Pumpkin spice. And basting. And that's it. That's the quick warm-up. Does anyone want to read their list of words? I gotta get rid of this chat so I can see who's volunteering. Who's ready to read? This is my nightmare. Nobody's volunteering. This is my nightmare. And I
call on someone.
Thank you. Oh, I would. Okay, I'll do that. I'll call on people. But Louise is volunteering. So why don't you the word and tell us the option? You ready?
Flatter, deride, froth, flat, gizmo, nothingness, late, early, pumpkin spice, vanilla, basting, drowning.
Oh, man. Thank you. Thank you. Karen, you want to read yours to us?
Sure. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Cup, rain, slicer, velvet, chocolate, and ripping.
Perfect. That's absolutely right. Anath, good to see you. Are you reading to us? Your microphone is still off.
Good to see you. I just got 3 words because I couldn't hear it. Ludicrous, shit, and dumping. But I don't know what it's the opposite of. Whatever you read.
That's improv. There's no wrong answers. Pretty much no right answers. Cherish, you want to give it a shot?
Sure. I had bowl, heat. I had contraption, which is not the same. Or is the same, so it's not the opposite. Leather, salsa, and dehydrate.
Yeah, that it is the opposite. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And Fran?
I guess I didn't understand. I just started writing, and I've been writing
so I didn't understand picking some words.
Go ahead, and we'd love to hear it.
Oh, what I've written so far?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, why are you doing that? Doing what? Jumping up and down and hitting yourself at the top of your head. You don't know why? Would I ask you if I knew? Okay. Well, when you jump up and down, it gets your circulation going. And when you hit yourself on the top of your head, it makes you more aware of what? Oh, of the world around you. And then keep going.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. And I want to take this opportunity to say that these are writing games. Whatever you write is right. And there is no right way to do them. And there actually is, in my opinion, actually no opposite to any of these words. So it's quite open-ended. It's just fun to see what people write. And sometimes when people say they didn't understand the directions of the game, I made the game up and I don't understand the directions half the time. I mean, we're just basically inventing these things while we're doing them. So don't ever worry about not doing it right. I think we have time for a pop quiz before we send in our first suggestion. Are you ready for a pop quiz? This is just, you get to write a tiny bit longer. I'll ask some questions, slap down an answer really as fast as you can. Ready? Here we go. How much is too much? Next question. How are cranberries like a knock at the door?
Like a what?
Knock at the door. Why would you spell cornucopia? And that's the end of the pop test. You all passed. Marilyn, you want to read your answers to us?
Why not? There is no such thing as too much unless it endangers health or relationships.
Nice. How are cranberries like a knock at the door?
Well, my door knocker is shaped like a branch and it has little berries on it.
And why would you spell cornucopia?
I'd spell cornucopia if I could, but it comes out of corny cope for you.
Exactly. Ray or Deborah, you want to give us your answers?
Yep.
And you need to turn your
Okay,
microphone.
ready.
All right. How much is too much?
14.
Yeah. How are cranberries like a knock at the door?
You anticipate something sweet, but it could be sour.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Why would you spell cornucopia?
Because it's a pop quiz.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't he clever? Quick.
Taylor's your first name, right? You need to, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. I always thought it was, but it's the opposite now on your name there.
It was my grandma's maiden name.
Oh, cool. All right.
I said, for one, I said when you drown but also swim.
Mm-hmm.
They could be sour, they could be sweet, and when you want to be too much.
Cool. Excellent answers. All absolutely correct. I love having A students here. It is time, folks, to send in a suggestion to the playwrights. I'm going to ask you for a suggestion for them. They will send it into them. I'll send it via text, and they have to immediately incorporate it into their play. And the first suggestion I would like to send them is, I would like for their one of their characters to ask a profound question. What should that profound question be? Just type it in chat there. Oh man, these all scrolled by so quickly in my chat. Hang on here. What is the meaning of your life? Why are lemons yellow? For whom does the bell toll? What comes after death? What are you really? All excellent. I'm going to send them for whom does the bell toll? Give me just a moment here to let them have it. A character asks, for whom does the bell toll?
Yeah, counts.
All right. So back to writing. If you've written with us before, usually what we do is rather short things, but I think in this idea of plenty, we might indulge in some longer writing times. And I also, as I was preparing today, I found out that November 20th is the day the first Henry James novel was published. And Henry James writes these long, convoluted sentences. Here's an example of one. This is going to go on for a while. The house had a name and a history, semicolon. The old gentleman taking his tea would have been delighted to tell you these things, how it had been built under Edward VI, had offered a night's hospitality to the great Elizabeth, whose august personage had extended itself upon a huge, magnificent, and terribly angular bed, which still formed the principal honor of the sleeping apartments, had become a good deal bruised and defaced in Cromwell's wars, and then, under the Restoration, repaired and much enlarged, and how finally, after having been remodeled and disfigured into the 18th century, it had passed into the careful keeping of a shrewd American banker, who had bought it originally because, owing to circumstances too complicated to set forth, it was offered at a great bargain, bought it with much grumbling at its ugliness, its antiquity, its incommodity, and who now, at the end of 20 years, had become conscious of a real aesthetic passion for it, so that he knew all its points and tell you just where to stand to see them in combination, and just the hour when the shadows of its various protuberances, which fell so softly upon the warm, weary brickwork, were of the right measure. That's one sentence. It's this one. That's Henry James. And I think in thinking of plenty, having enough, having almost too much, let's all try to spend at least a minute. I think I'm going to give you like 2 minutes to write one long sentence. And if you don't know how to start it, I would suggest starting it with the word, it was a, and look at something on your desk and fill it in with that blank. If you're watching this video, want to zip ahead, when you see my screen turn green, that will mean we're going to read. All right, everybody, a 2-minute long sentence. Ready? Go. Let's take 30 more seconds. All right, 10 more seconds. And pause.
Someone's snoring.
I don't know.
Yep. Someone's snoring. Wow.
Who is that?
I'll keep an eye out. I'll see if I can figure it out.
But if we all put our mics off.
All right. All right. Who got a long sentence?
I got one.
All right. Let's I heard somebody speak. Just spoke.
Janella has one. Who's snoring? Can you mute? Can you mute him?
I'll try it. Yeah. Who's
Here.
reading to us? Who while I'm looking for the snorer and muting them. Louise, I saw your hand go up. Would you read
Okay.
your long sentence?
Okay, she brushed her auburn hair, loosening its serpent-like tendrils, as she stared into the antique mirror with the silver streaks that reminded her of how ink used to stain her writing pad when she was a girl practicing handwriting on the blank pages the nuns used to force their students to use.
That's amazing. I actually quite visual. I loved hearing that. Thank you. Somebody spoke up and said they would like to. Was
I
it
will. Janella will.
Oh, Janella, let's hear it. And then Anath.
Okay. It was an empty day. No job, no friends, no goals, no reason to arise. But she lifted her head and got out of bed, ready to pretend that it all made sense and had meaning, a tedious concept that would change after the knock on the door and Santa Claus, the real one, actually appeared. That's it.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Thank you. Thank you. And then Anath. Oh, it's off again. Your microphone's off again.
I wasn't the one who snored. Okay.
I didn't turn it off.
I was writing. All right. Oh, anybody who wrote didn't snore. That's how you know. Okay. It was a silver box that my mother inherited from her grandmother back in the old country when they arrived penniless at the shore of the promised land and had their name shortened drastically from Polanski to Pauls to sound more sophisticated and less Jewish, but that didn't help them get a nicer place to live. Actually, if it wasn't for the silver box, they would have starved.
Wow. Wow. I was making fun of Henry James, but I'm loving these sentences. I love the idea of these long tangents. Yeah, Karen, let's hear it.
Okay, it was a dusty brown, well-loved and well-read Bible, the pages of which had become transparent and waxy, like leaves at the end of winter, and a bookmark of old lace held pages 201 and 202 apart for constant reference by Miss Maple.
Ah,
very nice. Very nice. I want to hear more, but I think I should be sending them in another suggestion. I thought being writers, we've never done anything with plagiarism. So I think it'd be great if we asked them to plagiarize somebody whose work they could find on the internet and just copy big swaths from. Who's got an idea of what author they should play?
Or not to be. That's plagiarizing.
Yeah, but something that they could just go ahead and type it in here. Oh yeah, okay. Mary Oliver, Edgar Allan Poe, Emily Dickinson, Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. I'm gonna tell them to plagiarize. I'm gonna say one. They're not gonna understand this. It's gonna be one of these things that I'm gonna just say, interpret it as you like. I'm gonna say plagiarize Edgar Allan Poe a lot in your play. Here we go. Plagiarize Edgar Allan Poe a lot in your play. My they spelled it Play space Jurise. So we'll see how they interpret that. Plagiarize. Or who else wanted to read their very, very long sentence?
Do you want to read your long sentence, Galina?
Fran.
It was a dreary night which made her feel drowsy, especially since she hadn't had a good night's sleep since she drank coffee. Sorry, turning a page. Since she had coffee the night before, which was not a very good idea since she always knew the coffee gave her nightmares, but obviously didn't care since she was rather careless about her sleeping habits.
Very nice. Very nice. Cherish, did I see you making gestures of volunteering?
Volunteer.
Yeah.
Okay. I had a dreary night as well. So, but it says it was one of those long, dreary talks that made you want to prop your eyelids open with toothpicks to stay awake. But she kept yapping anyway, unaware that she had swallowed up the energy in the room.
Oh, I know her. Deborah, let's hear it. You got your microphone off.
When I spied him in the lineup, I snuck a second, longer look, for he was the strangest looking dude I had seen since my high school days, when Billie Holiday came to school dressed as a library, covered with book bindings from head to toe, and all trussed together with duct tape.
Man, I'm hoping that's a true story. Wow. Anyone else? I'm not sure I'm seeing everyone who's here. Taylor, are you volunteering? Let's hear it.
It was a clunker. Nothing like the shiny, sparkly, NASCAR-ready paragon of German, French, and Italian and Martian engineering with the latest, greatest technology that was going to clean the air, do your laundry, and promote world peace.
Nice. Nice. Wow. Cool. Cool. Are we ready for another game? I think everybody read.
Ray
Oh,
didn't.
Ray, there you are. Trying to move my chats around where I could see people.
Well, you said choose something on your desk.
Sure.
So
Ah,
it was a yellow marking pen whose molecules had been mined with tons of other petrochemicals initially deposited in the Pleistocene era, but now sat on the shelf of a Staples store, waiting for a committed history teacher, long time with the district, to obtain supplies.
aw, that's cute.
I think the value of the run-on sentence has been maligned. I am convinced that it's great. It's great. I love these little side trips. They're wonderful. They're wonderful. All right. Here's something else I'd like to try. Just writing a description of an object. And every so often I will jump in with a little prompt. I'll ask you a question about it. And of course, if you're on a tear writing this long description, don't let me interrupt you. But I'm just putting it in there as more fuel to keep the writing going. All right. Whatever you would like to. I'm hearing from the playwrights are going, is that a suggestion? Hang on one sec. I got to reply to them. Poor things.
Shall I get us another beer?
Yeah.
Okay. Oops, there's a.
Go ahead and start describing something, an object, and I'll catch up with you.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Pick an object, possibly one that you can see, and describe it.
Okay.
What does it sound like? What does it smell like? Compare it to something else. describe it with human-like character traits. In other words, use personification. Where did it come from? Why is it here? Ten more seconds. All right. Okay. I think we should send them another suggestion. And this one, let's send them a stage direction that somehow involves music, however you want to interpret that. A stage direction that involves music. Got an idea? Type it on in. Start shaking whenever a tune plays. Oops. Okay, here they start coming. Start playing rap music in the middle of a sentence. A character trips across the room like they're part of a Highland fling. The trombones blared. The geisha glides across the stage to the sound of pipes. Bang the pots rhythmically. Oh, great suggestions. I'm gonna say rap music starts playing in the middle of a sentence. All right, here we go. Rap music starts playing in the middle of a sentence. See what they do with that. Okay. Who would like to read their description, their object description? Oh, I'm supposed to call on people. So sorry, I forgot. Yeah, Louise, please read your description.
The bed was old and disheveled, as unkempt as Miss Haversham's wedding dress that was forgotten in an attic corner. Tarnished brass posts connected by cobwebs, knitted by long dead spiders. The sheets were a grimy yellow, like false teeth that had never been soaked on a toothless granny's scarred night tables. The pillows had the imprint of a weary head with hair long unwashed.
Wow. Thank you. Hello, Lawrence Stewart.
Hello.
Have you been here all along?
No, I got here late.
All right. Well, we wrote descriptions of an object, and we're writing long, plentiful things.
Yes, I saw I was on the YouTube and I saw some
Okay,
of it.
excellent,
Okay.
excellent. Karen, did you have your hand up? Or were you waving?
Oh, yeah, I'll go for it.
Okay, we'll go Karen, then I think Marilyn wanted to, and then Fran. Let's hear him.
Okay. The plate was placed at the head of the grand table. From years of use, as knives and forks had scraped its surface, there were deep grooves. It smelled of nothing, for it awaited the new, I can't remember, the food to be finished and placed on its surface. The wine goblet, on the other hand, was filled to the brim with a lusty Bordeaux. The plate longed to be filled, fed, and enjoyed, just as it had before it was packaged up from its home in Hungary. As the food was placed on the table, the plate sighed with relief and fulfillment.
Love the personification. Cool. Thank you. Marilyn, you were next?
I was. It was such a small thing, but it held so much information. It could easily be lost in the depths of your pocket or your TARDIS of a handbag, perhaps pulled out with a hanky. I plugged it in and heard the whir of the computer as it opened the file. The file was huge compared to the minuscule memory stick. But on reading it, I could see this thing had legs. MI6 should have been more careful sending something valuable like this through the mail. They do say the Postal Service, with all its faults, is the best way to keep things hidden.
It's really fun for me to hear these prompts appear in different ways. You know, the comparison, the personification. It's just, you know, and to suddenly recognize that that's what's going on. Fran, let's hear it.
It was a strange panda because it was wearing a tutu and had long, sparkly earrings in its ears that hung down over its shoulders. And in one of its paws that fell with a crash when it threw it on the ground. It had a weird smell like cinnamon and turmeric, but only when it moved. Its eyes moved strangely, sort of crossed, which gave it a funny look, especially when it smiled, which was unusual for a Chinese panda. But it was so unique that it was part of the deal that Biden made with Xi when they talked. The version of the opera Rigoletto.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you so much. We have time to hear some more, but they're getting close down to the end of their play now. They've only got about 6 minutes left. Let's send in a lighting effect to them, a lighting effect, something the stage lights might do. Look at my chat here. A lighting effect. The lights flicker, sunrise, a flash of lightning. I love all these things. I'm going to send them, there's a flash, lights go purple. I'm going to send them the lights flicker. No, there's a flash of lightning, the lights flicker and go purple. Get a lot in there. There is a flash of lightning, period. The lights flicker and go purple. All right.
Lightning or light?
What's that?
Is that a flash of lightning or light?
I said a flash of lightning. I'm not sure what, yeah, lightning. Lawrence, did you write something? We haven't heard anything from you. I don't know if you were writing.
No, I'm too late to the thing here. I'm just getting caught up. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just going to sit and watch until I can. Yeah.
All right. Who didn't get to read? Cherish, you wanted to read? Yeah. And then Anath.
Hey, a flurry of light pink petals and glitter when disturbed. This globe weighed down the shelf it was displayed upon. The sounds I hear when this is shaken with vigor are childlike giggles as the contents swirl around and fall down again, clumping together at the bottom. This was the last birthday gift I gave my mother-in-law, and it was bestowed back to me upon her passing.
Wow. Lovely. Beautiful. Thank you. And then who was next? Anath, was it you? Yeah. And you're muted again.
Okay. It was the old refrigerator, again making menacing noises as if complaining it was empty, all decorated outside with photos of family, but empty inside except for inverted ketchup bottle. And the inside smell of Clorox or spick and span. Only my old dog used to make such noises when he was hungry. The little how and the little whoo whoo. Just like the refrigerator whimpering right now. Fill me up, fill me up. Why do you think I'm here?
Great. Great. I feel bad for the playwrights. They don't get to hear any of this. This is awesome. Did everybody go? Did everybody get to go? All right. Okay. We have just like 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Just enough time to write a monologue. So in 2 minutes, because we got to have 30 seconds to read, write something a character would say, and the character trait I will give you is the person exaggerates. They speak in hyperbole. Ready? Go. All right, just 5 more seconds. Cool, excellent. Let's hear what we can. Who's ready to read?
I'll read.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay. I've never been so ecstatically happy in my life. I met Mr. Wright, and he praises me endlessly. He satisfies me nightly. He gives me $100,000 to spend weekly. He gets me a starring role on Broadway yearly and flies me literally to the moon with Elon Musk.
I believe it. I totally believe it. All right, the playwrights are going to be coming back in, but I told them to come back quietly. Who wants to read? Yeah, Taylor, let's hear it. Do you have your microphone off? Yeah.
Good. The greatest show on earth, I tell you. It's a scam, a scheme. They're after your money. Savages. Hungry for your pocketbook, your money, and your life. Don't get what it eats after all. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Excellent, excellent. Playwrights, as you're coming back, we're reading hyperbolic monologues. Who wants theirs to go? Yes, Fran, and then Deborah.
There you are up on my wall. You say you like me, but you don't follow through. I'm fed up with that. I know you've been playing around, but I try to catch you with that floozy. Watch out.
It's been too long since I've heard someone called a floozy. All right. I think we're still missing one playwright. So we got time for another monologue. Oh, it's Deborah. Yeah.
You are so purple, like in Purple Prose. You just never stop. When do you breathe? There you go again. And again, you're taking all the oxygen in the room. Damn, now I can't even breathe. Ah, glug, plop.
I believe that's called onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, we got our playwrights back. And there you are. How did it go, playwrights? How you doing? Yeah, yeah. Okay. What's going to happen now, folks, in the jam? The playwrights are going to cast their plays amongst themselves and prepare for their world premieres. So we're going to be taking a 10-minute intermission. During that intermission, I'm going to put some websites of our companies up there. If you want to check out our companies, make a much appreciated donation, or register for next month's Right Away. You can feel free to hang around and watch this backstage chaos that's about to erupt here on your screen, or run off and sample some of the wonderful refreshments that we have prepared for you in your own refrigerator or kitchen. And whatever you opt to do, we are all going to meet back here at, let me see, how many minutes after the hour? I'm not seeing that on my screen here. Hang on one sec. Let me just. I have that is 27 minutes after the hour. So we'll meet back here at 37 minutes after the hour. Have a great intermission. Refreshments are on the house.
It's 8:37? Yeah. That went faster.
If it were not for me, who do you think you would be?
Well, I don't want to brag, but I already emailed my play out to everybody.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I've got my screen behaving so weirdly and strangely. I can't see a time down in the corner. Anyhow, let's get these plays cast. Laura Valpy, who do you need doing what?
I need, please, Kat Coppett. Will you please read Thora?
Yeah.
And Ken, will you please read Darren?
She was saying, yeah, it has to be hyperbole.
If it were not for me, who do you think you would be?
Yes, Livingston, you look like.
Look at you.
Nope, I'm going to turn off someone's.
Yeah, you're figuring out where the noise is coming from. Yes. Livingston, I've got a bit part for you at the end of mine.
Oh, awesome.
For Lenore, will you be Lenore, please?
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, let me PDF it and send it out.
Cool. Ken, what do you need?
All right, Laura Livingston, will you please read Julie?
Julie?
Kat Coppett. Yeah, Kat Coppett, will you please read Amanda? And Laura Valpy, will you please read Lottie? Lottie. And Laura, just a heads up, there's a brief section in which you rap.
Me?
There you go.
All right. And Kat Coppett. Hey, I apologize, everyone, for the weirdness of the suggestions and forgetting to send one. But
I thought they were awesome.
It'll be fun. Also, the weird spelling. I was talking to my phone instead of typing. Kat, who do you need?
Pat, you're on mute.
Talking because your microphone is off, but your lips aren't moving.
I need Ken to play Scarlet, a crayon. Valpy to play the miserable scissors. And Laura Livingston to play the perplexed ball of yarn. And the script will be coming to you.
All right.
Or it's actually, I already sent.
We're all cast. I'm going to take a quick break.
All right. Thank you, everyone. See you at 37 after.
Have you sent your play, Laura Valpy?
Yeah, just now. Check that it went. I'm showing that it sent, so hopefully.
Got it.
Okay, great.
We'll be coming back in a minute. 1 minute, folks. All right. Okay. Are we back? Are the playwrights back? I see 3 of them. Audience, come on back.
I am back.
They're all back. Excellent. Great to have you back, audience. All right. Okay. Grab those refreshments and join us back in the theater. While you're gathering, let me take this time to just say that we have a page on Facebook. If you do the Facebook thing, type in Freestyle Repertory Theater, go to Right Away Afterwards. That's the group that we have that is open to only people who've been in Right Away, participated with it. We have it there to give you announcements, to maybe share something that didn't get read this evening, and just any continuation of the conversation that we were having about what we wrote tonight or writing in general. Also, I've typed in the websites for both Synergy Theater Company out in California and Freestyle Repertory Theater here in New York. All right, during these readings, big premiere night now, we ask you to keep your camera off so that we see only the actors during the readings. If you would rather not see the names of the people who have their cameras off, you can just go down to your video settings in the lower left-hand corner and click on that little caret there and scroll till you see Hide Non-Video Participants. And click on that and you won't see our names. Once again, that's one of those things that if you do it, it doesn't affect at all how the rest of us are seeing on our screen. We do love it at the end of each reading if you pop your camera back on and give a round of applause to the playwrights and to the actors. That's really fun for us. I'm going to take a little moment and review for everyone the suggestions that every person got while they were writing. The first one was a character asks for whom the bell tolls. Then we asked you all to plagiarize Edgar Allan Poe extensively. The next one was rap music starts playing in the middle of a sentence. And the final suggestion was there is a flash of lightning. The lights flicker and go purple. Those were all the suggestions. Taylor Hutchinson, I'm going to turn your camera off for you because I'm not sure if you're here with us or not. Oh, you got it? Yeah, if you could turn your camera off. We're going to get Laura Valpy up here to introduce your play for us and give us any, remind us of your suggestion and give us any setup you feel that we need to visualize this from the get-go. Here we go.
Sure. Okay, cool. Thanks. The suggestion that I got was removing wallpaper. And as far as a setup, I think I put that mostly in my stage directions, which I will read. But just note to the audience, it is going to start with nobody seen, nobody on stage. So you're not going to see anybody. I'm going to turn off my video. It'll start as if it's a radio play, and you'll hopefully understand why at first. So try to visualize this. All right. We'll call it wallpaper or removing wallpaper. Here we go. The entire stage is covered by a layer of wallpaper, as if the curtain at the downstage edge. The audience's view is of the back side of the wallpaper because, as we know, their view is from that of the fourth wall. As the play begins, we will hear the actors on stage as if a radio play. On the other side of the wallpaper, on the stage, but we will not see them until bits and pieces of that wallpaper is removed, and then they and the room will be revealed. We hear a squeaky door open. A pair of boots walk over creaky floors. Thud. Something heavy was put down. Boots walk again. A paned window is jiggled and jiggled again.
Ah, crud buckets.
Click. The string of an overhead fan is pulled. Click again. Click. 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 Nothing.
Got to be kidding me. Darren! Hey, Darren!
What?
Is the electric off? I think the electric might be off. The fan doesn't work.
No, the electric is on. Your mom is watching TV.
Darren!
Yeah?
For whom does the bell toll?
What?
I said, for whom does the bell toll?
The sound of someone running up the stairs. Darren is now in the room.
Did you just say, for whom does the bell toll?
Yep.
A strip of wallpaper is torn down, giving the audience a sliver of a view of the room.
Jesus, Thora, your mom's not dead yet. Have a little tact.
Oh, please. She doesn't know what I'm saying. Is she even awake?
I don't know. She's watching TV.
The TV is on, but is she even awake? Is she even watching it?
Rip. Thora has ripped down the next piece, and we see a little bit more.
Or is she just sitting there in her chair, all mouth agape and drooling?
Jesus, Thora.
What? That's her to a T half the time, and you know it. Besides, I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about me.
What about you?
For whom the bell tolls. I'm dying up here. It's hot as hell. I can't get that damn window open. I think it's painted shut, and the fan isn't working. You sure you or someone didn't turn off the electrical? Up here, I mean. Just the breakers for up here, since no one comes up here anymore, I mean. Seems like the kind of thing she'd do, you know, or ask you to do so she can pinch pennies on her electrical bill. That'd be just like her.
Rip. We see more of the room. It's a bedroom, but there's no bed. 2 nightstands flanking where the bed used to be, and a ladder. Thora moves the ladder to the next panel of wallpaper.
I mean, since she hasn't climbed those stairs in a... oh my God.
What?
I need to sit down.
Honey, what's wrong? You all right?
Water. It's too hot. Can you get me some cold water?
Darren runs out. Thora sits uncomfortably on the rung of the ladder.
Sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named Lenore, nameless here forevermore.
Darren hurries back in with a glass of water. She drinks.
You okay? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Darren, I can't remember. I can't remember the last time Mom came up here. The last time she slept in this room. She loved this room, but I can't remember. Am I going crazy? Do you know? Do you remember?
True. Nervous. You're very, very dreadfully nervous. Nervous about what's to come, and that's okay. But why will you say that you...
Rap music starts to play loudly from downstairs.
Damn it, what is on the TV? She shouldn't just be sitting there staring or staring off or... That can't be good for her brain. What kind of life is that? What kind of an end to a life is that?
There's a flash of lightning. The lights flicker and go purple.
The electrical. It must still be on, at least a bit. Come, help me.
They run out of the room. There's a bit of time. The rap music stops. Then there is slow clomping on the stairs and some grunting.
Yeah. What's happening? Where are you taking me?
Thora and Darren enter carrying Lenore.
My wallpaper.
End of play for now. Wow, cool work with the pin. Nice job, guys.
I love that convention so much. I want to see that.
I want to see that too, right? I want to do that.
Oh, good.
Oh, cool. Thanks,
That's
guys.
awesome.
Oh, you were like, I want to do that. Wouldn't that be neat? Like I could just see it. Like you hear the sounds behind there, like, and then all right. I'll have to keep working on it.
Keep your eyes peeled for an excellent stage manager too. That's going to put that on.
Right.
Exactly. Excellent.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Thanks, Cherish. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay, Ken. Tell us what we need to know.
All right, so my suggestions were a series of secrets that the character reveals throughout the play. Those secrets were: she stole an apple from her teacher, she's the son of a drug lord, she abandoned her family, she used to be happy, she was in a coma for 3 weeks, she has bigamy in her background, and she adopted a 5-year-old. So how will we ever work all those in? I don't know. Laura, you're going to read Julie. Livingston will read Julie. Valpy will read Lottie, and Kat Coppett is going to read Amanda. So I think the dialogue lets everybody know everything they need to know. So I don't believe there are too many stage directions. Let me just open it up. All right. I think I'm just going to let you folks start because everything we need to know is in the dialogue eventually. So I'll just back out and I will pop in if I realize I need a stage direction, but I don't think I will. So I'm out of here and take it away.
Ray and Deborah, your camera's on, and Fran, your camera's on. If you could just switch them off. Here we go. All right. I used to be happy. Really, I was. When I was a kid, anyway. Yeah. I think I was happy when I was a kid. Full of promise. The world was my oyster. I was a trust fund kid, you know. I couldn't have anything. I could have had anything I wanted just for the asking. But what did I want? Did I want to go to college? No. Did I want a sweet 16 party? No. Did I want a nose job like all my friends were getting? No. I didn't want none of that stuff because I was happy just being me, you know? Just being me.
So what? Now you're not happy no more?
Yeah. Why ain't you happy?
I don't know. I thought I was happy. I thought I was always be happy too, especially since meeting up with the two of you and forming our bank robbing gang.
The Dirty Rovers.
Yeah, the Dirty Rovers. I love that name.
I do too. And the past 7 years have been great, robbing banks, roving around, getting dirty, but I don't know. Somehow it just doesn't seem like enough anymore. And look at us now, holed up here in this abandoned warehouse, almost out of bullets, surrounded by the coppers. I mean, I'm not happy anymore.
So what? We ain't good enough for you anymore?
Ah, come on, Mandy. It ain't that.
Yeah? What is it then? Because I'll tell you something, Julie. I didn't ever plan on being a bank robber or nothing. This is all because of you. I was perfectly happy running my 2-bit Monte Carlo game on the corner of 42nd and 9th Avenue. Sure, I didn't make too much money and life was kind of rough and tumble, but at least I wasn't ever in too much trouble. The cops would shoo me away and I'd make like a tree for a couple of minutes, but then I'd go right back and all would be good. I couldn't have done that forever. I could have done that forever if you hadn't come along and told me I could make more of myself, told me I could be a rover and a goddamn dirty one at that. So don't you go telling me this don't make you happy no more, because this is all I got. Just you and Lottie here and a whole bunch of nothing else.
Now calm down, Mandy. She ain't going anywhere. We'll get out of here. Won't we, Julie? We'll get out of here like we always do and head off roving again, right?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know. Here's something I never told you too. Something I never told anybody. I stole an apple from my teacher in 2nd grade, and I was the one who gave it to her. I gave her the apple in the morning and I stole it from her in the afternoon.
Why'd you do that?
Yeah, why'd you steal it from her if you was the one who gave it to her?
Because the school bell started ringing. And do you two know for whom the bell tolls? It tolls for thee, or in my case, me. I heard that bell tolling and I thought, now mind you, I'm just in 2nd grade, but I heard that bell tolling and I thought, that bell is tolling for me. I maybe ain't got so long on this big blue marble to make something out of my life. And so I have a choice. I can either follow the footsteps of my shiny, rich mother and father and play by all of their rules and keep giving shiny red apples to my shiny little teachers, or I could grab that apple for myself, eat it down, swallow the pits and the core, and become a rover, a dirty, dirty rover, something I could really be proud of, something real and not just something shiny. So I stole that apple and ran away from home and started my life of crime.
Wow, that's wild, Julie.
Yeah, that's wild. How'd you live when you was only in 2nd grade?
I had to figure it out. Because you see, I wasn't just a runaway. I was running away from my old man who sent his boys out to find me and bring me back.
Yeah. Well, any father would try to get their runaway kid back.
Yeah, but my dad wasn't trying to get me back because he loved me. He was trying to get me back because he knew that if things got desperate enough for me, I'd rat him out.
Rat him out?
Yeah, because here's something I never told anybody before. My father was a drug lord. You might have heard of him. Nicky Bottom.
Nicky Bottom?
Nicky.
Yeah, Tricky Nicky Bottom, drug lord. You see, my mama didn't know nothing about it. I used to sneak into the den when he was running the operation, and I knew all about it. And he knew I knew. And now that I was out on my own, he couldn't take any chances, see? So he sent his thugs out to get me back. But I stayed a few steps ahead. All the time, living in the streets. And the dumps and the sewers. That's how I first got dirty. That's when I first came up with the name Dirty Rover, because I was dirty and I was roving.
Gosh.
Yeah, I didn't know none of that.
Well, I lived that way for 20 years until I was 27 or so. And that's when, well, let's just say something happened that made me question my whole life.
Gosh, what happened?
Nah, it's a secret. I can't tell you.
Come on, spill it.
All right, fine. I got in a motorcycle accident and I went into a coma for 3 weeks.
No.
Get out of here.
I did. I'm telling you. You see, I had swiped this motorcycle from a parking lot and I was riding it all day and sleeping on it at night because I didn't have no place to live. So I was sleeping on the bike. And one night after riding all day, I forgot to turn it off. And I went, it's really sad. I went to sleep and I crashed into a wall and I went into a coma. And while I'm in there, in the coma, I had these dreams, these horrible dreams about roasting in hell for all of my dirt and my roving. And I said to myself, if I ever get out of this coma, I'm going to change things around. I'll go straight. And I just kept thinking like that until the dream stopped. And I woke up in the hospital. And after that, I went straight.
For how long?
Long enough. I got married 2 or 3 times.
Married and divorced 3 times?
No, 3 at once. I became a bigamist. And we had a big wedding and lots of church bells. And yes, the bells, the bells, the bells, the bells, the tintinnabulation that so musically wells from the bells, 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 from the jingling and the tinkling of the bells.
Yeah, weddings are nice.
Yeah, but I tell you, life was hard. Even though I had 3 husbands and we couldn't have a kid. So finally, and this is something I never told nobody, we adopted a 5-year-old.
What did you name her?
Lenore, but we lost her. And I could not find surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named Lenore, nameless here forevermore.
What was her name again?
No, I can't name her again. Anyway, after we lost Lenore, I did something I'm ashamed of. I never told nobody.
What?
No, I'm too ashamed to tell you.
Come on.
All right. I abandoned my family. I left all 3 of them and took off on my own again and became a rapper.
Where's that rap music coming from?
My phone. I say it's coming from my phone. When I feel alone, I have to rap. Yeah, I rap. Yeah, I rap, like the rapping at my chamber door where I used to stand and watch my lost Lenore.
Cool.
Yeah.
But that didn't last too long. I was doing fine, but it all started feeling shiny again. The fame, the fortune, the glitz, and the glamour. So I gave it all up and I started wandering around. Just me and my memories, my regrets, my pain. And that's when I met you, Amanda, running that 2-bid Monte Carlo game on 42nd Street and 9th Avenue.
Yeah. And then we met Lottie here.
Yeah. I was serving drinks at that grimy little bar on 41st Street.
And we started the gang.
Yeah, Dirty Rovers.
Yeah.
Hey, what the hell is that? Lightning?
Why are the lights flickering?
Why'd they just go purple?
It's the coppers. They're taking advantage of the freak lightning storm to sneak up on us, cut the power, flood the warehouse with infra-purple lighting.
You mean?
That's right. The purple paralyzer light we've been reading about.
The newest advancement in law enforcement.
You mean?
That's right, kids. They got us. We can't move. We're sitting ducks.
Well, if they're going to take me out, I'm glad it's with you two. You two are the only family I ever had. And well, being with you is the only time I was ever happy.
Me too. Come on in and take us, coppers. We don't care no more. Because we're together and we're happy. Happy, you hear me? We're happy.
Ain't that right, Julie? Ain't we happy together?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we are. I guess I am.
Blackout. End of play.
Yeah, that's right.
Very
right,
interesting. Very interesting.
Oh my God. I love Laura's delivery there. It was brilliant.
That's a lot of writing. Very admirable.
Great.
Man, I didn't think I was going to get through that one.
Almost lost it there in the middle. We did almost lose it.
Excellent rapping, Laura.
It wraps itself. Okay. All right. We've just got one more playwright to go. And I just wanted to let everyone know that after we read the last play, we'll hang out for a bit. We'll have a little talk back. Everyone's invited to hang out with us. That would be utterly and totally and awesomely cool. If you can't, we understand, but it's happening. All right. Kat Coppett, remind us and tell us who needs to be on stage.
All right. So on stage will be, we will start with Valpy and Ken on stage, and then you will pop in at some
Okay.
point, Livingston. I got 3 objects, a crayon, scissors, and a ball of yarn, and 3 adjectives: skeptical, miserable, or emotions, attitudes, and perplexed. So we have a skeptical crayon, miserable scissors, and a perplexed ball of yarn in this play. I will read stage directions. Here we go. It's a kindergarten classroom empty of people. The room is bright and colorful, but also in slight disarray with a few chairs overturned. A teacher's desk in the corner has a knitting bag set on it. On a long table under the windows are construction paper, glue sticks, and crayons, including Scarlet. Scissors lie on the floor a little way from the table.
No. Well, how can I let that happen?
It certainly was impressive.
Why don't they listen? Why? Teacher tells them every day.
You expect them to listen to teacher? Do you pay any attention to what goes on around here?
He tells them and tells them, no running, no running. And yet they persist.
He'll be fine.
How do you know? Maybe he's lost an eye. Maybe he'll bleed to death.
He's not going to bleed to death. I'm not even sure he was hurt.
Not hurt, not hurt. He fell right on top of me. I hear the scream that he let out.
The school bell rings.
Oh.
Is that for us? Do you think the class will come back?
From over on the desk, popping over the lid of the knitting bag.
Oh, ask not for whom the bell tolls.
What? Who's that? I can't see from down here.
It's ball of yarn, blah, blah, blah.
What did you say?
Ask not for whom.
Why not?
It's just, actually, I'm not sure. It's something Clara says all the time.
Clara?
Teacher, whoever the bell rings in the morning, whenever the bell rings in the morning, she stuffs me in the bag and says, ask not for whom the bell, and what do you think she means by that?
Maybe that it's obvious who it tolls for. The next period?
Scissors has started weeping again.
What's going on over there?
I killed a child.
Oh, you did not. I mean, come on. Where's all the blood if you killed him?
Blood? Oh, God, blood.
Hey, calm down. I'm saying there isn't any.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure if you killed a kid, there would be blood. What happened anyway?
Exactly. No blood, no death. Can I be honest? I was sort of hoping with all the commotion to at least see a little blood.
Yikes, why?
Oh, this is Scarlet.
Half the time they use me, it's to draw blood. Either that or a rainbow stripe. And I've never seen either. Do they even exist?
Blood was its avatar and its seal.
Yeah?
You got me. Clara says it every time she reaches in here for a Band-Aid.
I can't believe it. I'm a menace. Perhaps it would be better if I'd never been made.
I'm telling you, everything's fine. I'm going to draw a picture of what it would have looked like if it weren't.
Scarlet rolls over to a piece of paper and starts scribbling. After a minute, he holds up a...
See? Look at this.
She floats the paper down to the floor near Scissors.
I've got to get out of here before I hurt anyone else.
Rap music starts playing from outside on the playground. The beat shakes the room and knocks the bag over. The ball of yarn rolls out onto the floor next to Scissors.
Oh, hello. How did I get here?
I have to throw myself out.
Oh, wait, you're Scissors.
Duh.
This is our chance. Cut me free and we'll escape together.
There's a flash of lightning. The lights flicker and go purple. When they come back up, the room is full of teacher and students. Oh, wait, I don't know. We don't have teacher. I'll read it. All right, friends, have a seat. Please, please have a seat. It's craft time. We're going to make some cheer up cards for Jimmy. He won't be at school for a few weeks till he's recovered. The children chaotically run around and finally settle. I want to make a snowflake. No, Claudia, today we're going to do crafts without cutting. Can you say origami? Kids repeat origami. You all just take that paper over there and draw some pretty designs. Then we'll see what shapes you can fold it into. I'll be right over here. What did I do with my knitting? Curtain.
That was cool.
That was
Pixar
very
will
cool.
be calling soon.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Invisible Scissors.
Really,
Well,
very.
I like several.
What a really enjoyed the plays. We had an excellent jam with some absolutely at times beautiful writing. Very, very nice. Before we say goodbye to everyone, I would just like to thank everyone for being here. I really appreciate folks coming. I also, oops, hang on. I just wanted to let people know some of the folks that help make this possible with their generous donations here. All of you help make this possible by coming and writing with us, by supporting the arts in any way. We hope that you'll be returning next month, which will be we'll be back on December 18th. Some of us, I hope all of us, will be back, and we'll be joined by two playwrights that have never been a part of this before. Their names are Hortense Gerardo and Greg Lamb. They are founders of the Asian Playwrights Collective. And we are very much looking forward to having them writing plays with us. You can go onto the Synergy Theater website and register to participate in that one at any time. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for supporting Right Away. And we've got our playwrights on. Let's give them another round of applause. Great to have you here. If you, we're looking forward to having you next week, everybody. If you're sticking around for the talk back, go ahead and pop your screen back on. If you have to leave us now, thanks for coming. We'll see you next month. All right, folks. First of all, I think it would be fun if Karen and Ray and Deborah and whoever's still here would like to fill in our playwrights on what the jam was like. And I have a question for the jam folks. What was it? Normally we haven't written that long. What was it like to write that long without interruption? I'll just say to the playwrights, we had just longer writing sessions. Our theme was plenty, and we were like writing long sentences or whatever. So Karen, what was that like?
I liked it. I liked kind of the pace of it. It was working to be spontaneous while at the same time not getting kind of hitting a roadblock because of the fast timing. Oh, it started and I didn't get anything yet. It's almost over. Oh my goodness, I didn't do it. So I didn't kind of go through that. Not that I would do something like that, but I really enjoyed it. I liked diving in a little deeper into things, and I thought people wrote some beautiful, some beautiful things.
I was really surprised, especially in the description, where I would throw in some prompts like "What does it smell like?" or something like that. But a couple of them that I threw in was compare it to something else, use some personification, and those they surprised me every time. I would think like, "Oh, I asked for that," but they were just really compelling and beautiful, just like randomly throwing in figures of speech. Yeah, Deborah.
I do a weekly writers group on Wednesday mornings, and we start with a free write of anywhere from 13 to 15 minutes, depending on how many of us show up. And to me, that's a good length. So the longer length today was still short for me, but better than really short. So thank you. Yeah, it's fun to write for a good 15 minutes and just, see where it goes. That would be a long time, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure what was expected. And I would have to come again, really, to get a better sense. I mean, because as you were saying, the longer, you said about 15 minutes was what I thought it was going to be. But these short things are very motivating. I think they sort of get you in the right frame.
How did you learn about us, Fran?
I'm sorry?
How did you find out about our event tonight?
You came on my email.
All right.
Where are you coming to?
I'm sorry?
Where are you coming to us from?
New York.
New York.
Upper West Side.
Hey.
We may be neighbors. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a member of the American Renaissance Theater Group and do plays there. We meet once a week. Well, actually, I meet once a month because they do Zoom once a month.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming.
Can I ask a question of the playwrights?
Yeah, sure.
So how many things do you have going at the same time? Because I feel like I'm always writing, but then I'll get waylaid on one thing, and then I'm like, oh, what about this one over here?
Do you mean in general in our lives, or do you mean as we're working on this 45-minute project?
No, just kind of in general in your lives, I guess.
Oh, well, Laura, you want to take that first?
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, go for it.
Oh, geez, Louise, I feel like that just describes my life completely. Could totally waylaid here and here, and even if taking out real everyday life and any writing project that I, say I want to be working on. Oh my gosh. Yeah. This, there, that, this, and now after tonight, now I want to go back and rewrite tonight's. So, I have no good answer. I don't
Alone then, is it? Is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing it's not just me.
No. Just recently, a couple of friends and I went away on a little writing retreat. I love writing, but I haven't really sat down and written a play in quite some time. I just because I work, and my work is very creative. I run this improvisational theater company, and so I'm always improvising, which is very fulfilling and very creative. So on one hand, that takes away some of the creative need to sit down and write because I'm expressing myself creatively while I work, while I improvise. But I love writing and I miss it. And I've discovered the only way that I'm ever going to get it done is by just taking certain days and disallowing myself to do anything else. It's very hard for me to like sneak it in an hour or two here and then go back to work. So we did this writing retreat where we just took a couple of friends. We went away for 2 days and we just rented a little cabin in the woods somewhere. It was lovely. And we just wrote for 2 days straight, everybody working on their own projects. And I was able to bang out like a really rough and dirty first draft of a play that I was really excited with. And then as soon as you get back, or at least as soon as I get back and you start working again and, you know, life and family, then it's hard to get back to it. But I just took a day, like just on last Saturday, and I just made it like another self-imposed writing retreat. And I went away and I sat in this cafe and just wrote all day. And I'll do that again on Wednesday. So that's how I'm managing to do it, not worrying about it and not trying to sneak it in when I'm tired or busy with other things, but just giving myself these, you know, these days where I don't put anything else on the calendar and I just give myself a writing day.
Are you familiar with these things that come up every once in a while where somebody, I think Ken Davenport has done that a few times, where you write a play in a month and every day they give you a different prompt?
Yeah. Actually, there's a lovely company out here called Playground, I'll say. And Karen, if anyone knows better, correct me. But we have a couple of friends. In fact, our Right Away writers are a part of it. Lisa Thompson, who is often one of our Right Away writers, and Richard Perez, who has been a Right Away writer, are members of this company out here in California. And that's exactly what they do. They have a thing, one of their programs called Monday Night Playground. And they have a whole bunch of writers, I don't know, 30, 40 writers in it. And every month they get a prompt to write a 10-minute play. And then every month they submit their 10-minute play, and several are chosen for readings and productions.
And what is it called?
The program is called the Monday Night Playground. And I think the larger company is called Playground. But I'm not 100% sure of that. If only there was some tool that we could type in a question and find out the answer.
An electronic brain, perhaps.
Yes, right. Karen just put it in the chat for everybody, the link.
Oh, okay.
Thanks. Yeah, that seems great to me, because I think it's very hard to write without entertaining the possibility of it being done, or at least heard at least once. And the fact that they do, I mean, you may not, I mean, the odds are against it still, but there's the possibility of your play being chosen for at least a reading and perhaps a production.
Well, boy, that's the thing about the difference between improvising and playwriting. Both are terribly fulfilling, the process for me anyway. But then you end up with this play, and it's very rare that anybody's really going to see it in the way you envision it. Whereas when you are improvising, people are seeing it. You know, it is equally as creative and fulfilling, and it gets an immediate production. What more can you ask for?
Well, that actually is what I like about Right Away, what we're doing right now. You know, it started out as just connecting and keeping theater going in a way that wasn't theater, but was somewhat like theater. And now I think I was surprised that it continued once vaccines came in. But everybody wanted to continue it, and to me, I think the thing is, you get to read it or hear it read. It's going to reach someone. Someone will hear it, for sure.
Yeah. You know, for me, it was so valuable because before doing Right Away, it had really been quite some time since I sat down and wrote anything. And this was that kind of self-imposed writing time. I knew no matter what else was going on, we'll have our rehearsal and I'll write for 45 minutes, and then we'll do the show next week and I'll write again for 45 minutes. And it really kept me writing, whereas without it, I don't know that I really would have at all.
I'm awfully sorry I have to leave, but I really enjoyed this tremendously. Hope to see you next month. Thank you.
Yes, please come back. We'll be here.
Thank you, Fran.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I'd like to say the first play about the apple, you know?
Uh-huh.
I mean, that the apple is what led you down the wrong path. That was your first bad move, right? And so
Yes.
at the end, you had a rap. I was very surprised it wasn't an apple rap.
Oh, that's really insightful. Yeah, that would have been
A
lovely to bring
rapple,
that back.
perhaps.
A rapple.
A rapple. Or an apple rap.
Yeah. I will tell you, I am not one of the playwrights in this group that have gone back and rewritten one of the works that have come out of here, but several of us have, right, Valpy? That yeah. So maybe I will go back and take your feedback and add an apple lyric to that.
Which
rap.
was the one that had the gangster children? Who wrote that? Was that you, Ken? I was
Yes.
laughing all the way through. Laura was doing this real Cagney thing. I just couldn't. I didn't know where it was going because wait a minute, are they kids or what? It was just hilarious. It was totally
Well,
hilarious.
I'll tell you something. Laura is a tremendously talented actor, and one of those actors who can be in stage improvisationally and just not break character. So anytime I'm responsible for making Livingston break character, I consider it a
It's
win.
always beautiful when that happens. I love that.
I am always so delighted when the suggestion crops up, like in the jam, when the personification cropped up or the comparison cropped up, and you had so many suggestions, and they were all spoken by me, and I was just dying.
And it just kept coming, pushing me right off the edge. I'm telling you.
It almost felt like cheating, I'll tell you, since I had so many. It was like just writing and then whenever I didn't know what to write, I just bring out the next suggestion.
Well, the plagiarism in that one was spectacular too. It fit right in.
And when these, I can't say it again. When she couldn't say a Lenore again. I can't say a Lenore again. That was so brilliant.
Thank you. But you know what? I realized as we're reading through it, she did. She actually
Yes,
said
she
it right
did.
in the next
Yeah.
line. I totally forgot.
Yeah, but it was great anyway. That's good. That's good.
That's another thing I'll clean up in the second draft.
I was
I love
really
the
happy.
wallpaper being ripped away in Laura's too. That was so visual, and I could totally see all of it happening. It was great.
I feel like that would be. Thank you. I feel like that would be really cool because you could play around with the mystery of sounds and what. Obviously, little bits being revealed as perhaps the more complex life is revealed and what's going. I don't know. Yeah, I want to play with that, and I do notice that when I'm writing, I tend to be heavier on stage directions and sound effects and things like that than dialogue, and I don't feel like I'm a very strong dialogue writer. But I'm always picturing it, so I think it'd be really fun to play with the sound effects and things like that. But
well, and I could see you get a little strip, and then you get this big strip, and it reveals a lot more.
Exactly, and it's all metaphorical and everything, right?
Yeah,
totally. Yeah, we gotta do it.
Cats play too. That and this is not the first time it's happened where inanimate objects are played by actors, and I don't know how you envision that on stage, or if you were just going for it. But well, maybe I should just ask that question. Were you envisioning it happening on stage, or?
One of my favorite things about writing plays in this format is that you don't have to figure out how the production values are actually going to happen. Right? Like I remember writing a play, which I actually liked much more than this one, about like a gingerbread cookie and like something else. And yeah, it was like, I don't have to figure out how it's going to work. I suppose it could be like ultimately animated or a little film or something more easily than a stage play, but
I did love the like, well, the teacher just always says this whenever the bell tolls, or this, you know, because teachers do that all the time.
I was thinking Alex Rowe, who's been in Right Away during the lockdown, he did online readings of little known American playwrights from the past, and started really getting into the animation of the Zoom. And he got to where you could move things around and you know, like spin your image. And I directed a couple of plays that were very well, one, I think just one that was very abstract, incredibly abstract. I don't know how they ever did it on stage. And was thinking about directing another one by this playwright called Kronberg or Cronenberg or something like that. But he would have things played by inanimate objects, and I would think, like, what's going on in this guy's head, and were they ever done? You know, and but I was thinking that, like with your play, it could just be like a picture of yarn and my head's in the middle of it, or I could be in just sort of and my whole self could roll around, you know. And it was very interesting, the kind of hybrid cartoon animation play, totally flat things he was doing with it. So there you go. Well, folks, excellent, interesting talk back. Really.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
Who's out there? You know, the strike is over, so are you submitting your stuff now? Is like, you know, is everybody like, are you changing anything in the way you submit everything to like publishers and things?
The writing?
Yeah. If anybody's doing that. No?
Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't really make a living as a playwright, so all of my writing is currently just kind of speculative and on my own, but I'm not currently pounding the pavement trying to earn money as a writer. So the strike didn't really affect me in that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I think we're here in the East with playwrights, so it wasn't part of the.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
So.
Yeah. Sorry, I was late.
That's okay. We'll have the video posted.
And the long sentences and things, that's what I've got to avoid. So, you know, I overwrite, you know, one little line and it turns to this.
Well, I have to say, I really enjoyed our long sentences. I think they're great. I was making fun of Henry James, and writing, you know, asking people to write these incredibly long sentences, but they were really good. I loved the way they go down different pathways and stuff. So I'm all for long sentences.
It was really nice of you to read that out loud. It kind of gave, you know, kind of set a good precedence for doing that exercise. So kudos to you.
Oh, good. Because I mean, it was a sentence of Henry James that's half a page long. And I read it and I thought, like, is anyone still here? Is anyone listening? This is really long. All right, folks. Thanks so much for coming. We've been together for more than 2.5 hours. I loved everything.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Yeah. See you next month.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, folks.
Bye.
Bye.
Say hello to New York. I miss it.